Oh god, that's a disaster. Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. This is Frayal Khan and I am going to be trying out the new Huda Beauty release, which is Gold Obsession palette. Here is the look. The packaging of this palette, guys, this is so pretty. I absolutely loved the packaging. The inside of the palette is even prettier. Let me show you. I was so excited when I received it. This palette is only available at Cult Beauty, which is a UK website. Look at that. Look at these shimmers. I mean, just look at these. The overall color story is really pretty, neutral browns and golds. Altogether, I really like this palette. The packaging is solid and the inside is so pretty. I just want to see how it performs. Why I'm so excited? Because this is my very first purchase of Huda Beauty. I have not used any product from Huda Beauty before, so this is my very first purchase and I'm really looking forward to try this. So without further ado, let's get started. So I have prepped my skin with this Hada Labo lotion and this Hada Labo gel plumping cream. So now I'm going to move on to this Revolution Pro eye primer in the shade Central, and I'm just going to use my finger for this and blend it out on my eyelid. I have just noticed that there are no shade names at the back of the palette or under the colors, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to point out which shade I am using. So I'm going to be using this lightest shade in this palette. This is the lightest matte. I'm just going to take a fluffy brush. So I'm going to put right above my crease. So I'm thinking to create a halo eye. Now I'm going to take this dark shade, the very dark brown coffee color, and I'm going to take this flat brush and dip into that brown and just go over the corner. So first I'm just going to place the color and then I'm going to blend it with a lighter shade. So a little here on the inner corner and on the outer corner. Now I'm going to blend this with the same brush. So what I'm going to do is I'm just taking the brush and swirling at the back of my hand so it removes the excess product. And now I'm going to take the same brush. I'm not using any product on it right now, just taking whatever it has already, and I'm just blending the edges of the inner corner and the outer corner. And I'm not taking till the middle, I'm just leaving the middle for a shimmery shade. Once I'm happy with the blending, I am going to take this darker skin tone shade, quite peachy, this one, and blend the edges of this brown. Once I have blended this shadow, and I'm going to take the dark coffee brown color and darken up the corners, because when you blend you actually lose the depth of the shadows. So once the edges are blended, just deepen up. Nothing's wrong with that. I always do that. Now I'm going to take the brush I was using before for that peachy shade and I'm just going to blend the edges again, just a little bit. I don't have any product on this brush, so just So I think I'm going to use this shade. So now I'm going to take this flat packing brush. Just look at that, how badly stained it is. It is washed, it's clean brush, it doesn't have any pigment on that. I'm just going to take this light shade on this. I've heard that Huda Beauty palettes the shimmers are good to use with the finger. Let's see if it's good with the brush. Then we can try with the finger. It's not picking up on the brush actually. Can you see that? Can you see that? It's not picking up at all. I don't know. It is not picking up. Let me try if I can do this with spray. I'm just going to wet my brush and see if it works this way. Not really. Okay, it is not working with the brush, so let's keep the brush aside and I'm going to take my finger and use it. Okay, on the finger it picks up, but on the brush it does not. Okay, all right, so that's pretty. Oh wow. And what I'm doing is I'm taking this shade to my brow, like up here. Ooh, this is pretty. This is pretty, guys. I love it. Can you see the shimmers? I absolutely love it. Okay, let me finish my other eye and then I will be back. Okay, so I have finished my other eye, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brown shade again, the coffee brown, and I'm going to blend the edges of this shimmer with this pencil brush. And at the same time I'm going to darken up the inner corner and outer corner as well. This shade, and this shade, the lightest shimmers, these four, they feel so dry to touch. It actually reminds me of the Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury. The shimmer shade in that one with like glitter sparkles has the same feeling, very dry to touch, with this with the glitter particles. Okay, so I don't know, I'm not sure. Maybe I should use this corner shade. It has got a shift in it. It's quite peachy with some pinky gold shift to it. So let me try putting it over. Yeah, I think it's popping up. Yeah. So I do have some glitter particles over my face. I'm gonna clean that up and then I will be back. So now I'm going to use my e.l.f. Putty primer. This is the only primer I use, to be honest. I love this primer. I bought this ABH foundation sticks. I have never used stick foundation before, and I bought these from Harrods in sale. It was a good price. I don't remember how much I paid, but I bought two, one in Warm Natural for my foundation base and one in the shade Cocoa for cream contour. This is the shade. Looks pretty good for my skin tone. So let's see how it performs. So now I'm going to take my foundation brush and I'm going to blend this. I think I'm going to use a little on here just to build the coverage and see. Now I'm going to use my beauty blender sponge, and it is a damp sponge. I will see if it's better with the sponge, because I've noticed that it's quite streaky when I'm doing it with the brush. and it is not sticking to some of the areas on my face. So the foundation is done and it is just not sticking to the pores of my face. I don't know why, it's just like a patch over here. I hope I can cover this with concealer because I have tried to build it up and it is not building up well. So for the concealer, I am going to take this Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the color Light Medium 29N, and I'm going to put it here and drag it a little bit down. I do have quite dark circles and pigmentation under my eyes, so I do put a lot of concealer, so don't judge me on that. A little bit over here, a little bit on the nose and on the chin, and a little bit on the forehead. And now I am going to blend this with the damp beauty blender. This is the mini one from the set from Real Technique, and I'm just going to blend this. So the concealer has blended well over that patch. I'm not sure why the foundation was not sticking to my skin around that area. Now I'm going to take the lighter shade of the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and that is the shade Light, and I'm just going to lighten up the inner corner of my eye, a little bit on the nose and on the chin, and just a little bit on the forehead and upper lip on my cupid's bow. The reason I do it that because I use the same, almost same color concealer to my foundation, because as I said, I have dark circles, so I want to hide them well. If I directly use the lighter concealer over my dark circle, it creates like gray skin, which I really don't want. So that's why I cover my dark circles first with the same shade as my foundation, and then I go with the lighter concealer and just a little bit of that, not too much, just to brighten up the inner corners. Now I'm going to take the other foundation stick in the color Cocoa. This is the shade, it's quite warm brown color. Let's see. Looks like a nice color though. Some around the face and some on the forehead, just a little bit. Now let's blend this. I think I'm gonna use the beauty blender with this, the one I have used for my concealer, but I'm going to use this flat size. Try to blend it with the foundation brush, might lighten up a bit. Okay, so now I am going to take my Laura Mercier setting powder and set my under eyes. For the bronzer, I'm going to use this NARS Laguna bronzer. So I'm just lightly putting my bronzer on. Now I'm going to take this Morphe M218 brush. This is my favorite brush for nose contour, and I'm going to contour my nose. for the contour, I am using this contour from Essence, and I'm going to use this darker shade and my flat NARS Kabuki brush. Okay, so now I am going to move on to the highlighter, and I have this Ofra highlighter in a mini size. It is in the shade Rodeo Drive. It's such a pretty gold highlighter, and I'm going to take my highlighter brush. Oh my god, I love it. For the blush, I have this Jouer blush duo, and this is in the shade Darling. Yeah, I think Darling. I think I'm gonna try this pink shade. Okay, now I'm going to take my Laura Mercier setting powder and I'm gonna carve the sides of my face. And some on the side of my nose. And I'm going to take the fluffy powder brush and I'm going to remove it immediately. So let's finish the under eye now. I am going to take the big fluffy brush, and I'm going to take the same lighter shade in this palette, and I'm going to go under the eyes. Now I'm going to take the flat blending brush we use for the darker shade, which is like coffee color. I think for the inner corner I am going to be using a pencil brush. So I'm using a pencil brush to put it into the inner corner, and I'm leaving the middle because we need to make the halo. Now I am going to take the same brush we use for that peachy transition color, and I'm going to blend the edges. Now I'm taking the dark brown color and I'm going to connect my under eye to the top and make it more rounded. And then I'm going to take that medium peachy matte color and blend the edges and the under eye as well. Now I'm going to place this shimmer shade which we used on the top for the middle, and for that I am going to use my pinky finger because I tried using the brush which does not work for this shade. So I'm just taking some on my pinky and I'm just placing it in the middle where we left the space. And now I'm going to take the brown color which is already on my brush, pencil brush, and just trying to blend the edges. Now I'm going to take the other flat brush which we use for that peach transition shade, and I'm just blending the edges. I don't have any product on the brush, I'm just using the brush to blend over everything. So for the eyebrows I'm using this ABH Brow Wiz pencil in the color Ebony, and I'm just going to brush through my eyebrows with this spoolie. Then I'm going to take the pencil and just mapping out my eyebrows. So I'm just filling my eyebrows in. I'm going to use the highlighter and I'm going to put the highlighter onto the inner corner. And I'm going to take the highlighter and put it into my brow bone as well. Now I'm going to take this ABH clear brow gel to set my brows. Now I'm going to take the MAC Fix Plus. Now I'm going to use my Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift Mascara. So guys, for my waterline, I am going to be using this XX Revolution gold pencil. Alright, so I'm going to use the lashes from Pinky Gold in the style Sahar. And I'm just going to put it like eyeliner, and then I'm going to stick my eyelashes over the top. So I'm going to wait for it to get tacky. And now I'm going to take the lash and put it over like this. And now I am going to take the tweezers and stick the lash very close to my natural lash line. I am going to use the MUA Makeup lip liner in the shade TLC to line my lips. The lipstick, I am using MAC Kinda Sexy. This is a lovely peachy nude color and I love this lipstick. My camera battery is about to die, so let me change this and then I'll be back. So let's talk about the product. So the first thing I'm gonna talk about is the ABH stick foundation. I don't know what happened. Maybe this foundation did not like the primer I used, so I am going to be trying with another primer or just without primer, just with my moisturizer, and see how it works, because as you saw in the video, it was not sticking to my area where I have the pores. I don't know why. Other than that, it blended beautifully and it is still looking really pretty, but I don't know what happened, that why it did not stick to this area. So I really can't say anything about that. So the second thing I want to talk about is this Jouer blush palette. It's really pretty. Both the colors are really pretty, but I don't think if you have darker complexion than mine, it is going to show up very well, because it is really light colors of blush, but they both are so beautiful. I really like this eyeliner pencil. It's a gel eyeliner pencil, and I really like how black and creamy it is. It is a part of XX Revolution gift box. Okay, so let's get into the product, which I was so excited about, which is this Huda Beauty palette. Okay, so I have to say that the shimmer shades, this, they feel so dry. I don't know why. They are quite like, let me just swatch a little and let me show you. Can you see? I don't know if the camera can catch that, but they look quite powdery. But that does not mean that they are not good in quality. They are really pretty, as you can tell. The shimmers are so pretty. Every other color in this palette I really love. I do like the selection of matte colors in this. There are 3 mattes, and I really like that how light is this one, then this is the medium tone, and then this is the darker brown. This palette is exclusive to Cult Beauty, and you can only get it from the Cult Beauty website, and this is about £27, and I have to say that I really like this palette. I really like the quality of Huda Beauty eyeshadows, so I look forward to try some more products from this brand. I think this is such a pretty palette for from like you can make everyday look, you can make party look. This is really pretty. I will try to make another look using that gold shade in the middle of this palette because I'm eyeing on that and I want to use it. So that's it, guys. I hope you like this video. If you have, then please don't forget to hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed already, then it would be so lovely of you to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.